Fatouros, a history and political science student here at MSU, and this is my energy analysis on cool roofs. Certain building materials used in the construction of buildings and infrastructure are associated with generating a lot of external heat. In particular, some of these materials include asphalt used in public roadways, concrete used in a building's foundation and structure, and also, in particular, the certain materials used on a building's roof. Cool roofing essentially refers to roofing initiatives and roofing systems that utilize reflective material and surfaces to deflect the sun's rays and attempt to promote less heat absorption by these materials. Recent scholarship has found that cool roofs can reduce urban heat waves and also reduce the amount of internal temperatures inside a building by making buildings more energy efficient and in less need of energy for air conditioning. According to researchers at the Swiss Federal Institute of Technology, lighter surfaces can help reduce temperatures, particularly in urban areas, by as much as 4 and 5.5 degrees Fahrenheit. And in addition, according to researcher Keith Olson at the National Center for Atmospheric Research in Boulder, Colorado, if all large metropolitan areas around the world utilize reflective roofing or cool roofing initiatives, it would reduce urban heat island effect by at least a third. In addition, buildings that utilize cool roofing systems use about 40% less energy than buildings that do not. Now, before I go any further, I think it's important to at least reference some of these roofing systems from oldest to newest. Starting with the built-up mop-on roofing system. Modified bitumen roofs. EPDM rubber membrane roofs. And lastly, TPO PVC membrane roofs. Now, these two types of roofing systems in particular are what would be considered cool roofing systems. Due to their reflective nature and the utilization of light colors, they're the most energy efficient roofing systems and the newest on the market. In Bozeman in particular, you'll see all 5 types of those roofing systems. However, most new construction and current re-roofing projects utilize PVC and TPO and EPDM roofing systems. Due to all the recent scholarship and research around different types of roofing systems recently, cities across the United States have begun to implement some of their own cool roofing initiatives. Particularly in 2012, New York began their cool roofing initiative by incentivizing re-roofing with PVC and TPO membrane and material, and in addition, sponsoring volunteers and activist groups to go out and actually paint old tar roofs white. However, the latter is less energy efficient than re-roofing. It still serves some benefit. In 2018, Chicago and Los Angeles implemented some of their own cool roofing initiatives. Los Angeles in particular took it a few steps further and began painting some of their roadways light colors to reduce some of the heat absorption from the asphalt. Looking at this economically, in the short term, some of these re-roofing initiatives, particularly utilizing cool roofing systems, can be slightly expensive due to the technical installation process involved for TPO and PVC roofs. And in addition, some of this material is also fairly expensive. But in the long run, the cost that the building's owner would experience through reduced energy consumption would be beneficial. And in addition, the biggest benefit would be also reduced energy consumption by the building, which would further efforts towards combating climate change. And lastly, one of the other benefits, of course, would also be the reduction of heat in these cities due to the roofs absorbing less heat, which hopefully would contribute to reducing some of the extreme temperatures experienced by heat waves in cities. In addition, looking at the scale, this is only going on in a few large cities in the United States, and so this really isn't, there's a little information to see what the effects would be if policy were to be implemented on a national level. However, I think more research needs to be done to see benefits on a larger scale as well. Considering the issue of efficient roofing systems and cool roofing initiatives, I recommend the following. First, I recommend tax incentives for both the contractor and the consumer to help promote these transitions to cool roofing systems. Due to the technical and expensive nature of the installation of these products, as well as the expensive nature of the material, I believe that tax incentives for both the contractor and the consumer alike would help promote a transition and at least a consideration of these cool roofing applications and systems. In addition, I also think increased awareness is needed about this issue in general. Researchers have been looking at the effects of reflective roofing, its benefits, and the downsides of conventional roofing for over the past 10 years. And since then, there's really been little awareness about the issue. And so I think increased awareness is needed as well. In addition, before I go any further, I think it is important to congratulate the MSU class of 2070 for all your guys' hard work. I sure hope I've graduated by then, but we'll see. Nonetheless, the biggest takeaway I hope you guys get from this video is the small details matter, and addressing the larger picture of emissions, fossil fuel consumption, and climate change overall. Well, cool roofing systems are not on the same footing as efforts to try to address fossil fuel consumption and transition it to renewables. Cool roofing initiatives do play a role in mitigating the effects of extreme temperatures in cities and also reducing the amount of energy buildings need to maintain heating and cooling. And so therefore, I think it is the small details that matter, and it's the small details that are important to consider here on out. Who knows? In 2070, you guys might have your own energy issues that are unlike ours today, or there might be some that are the same. I do think that roofing will continue to be relatively similar, even going into the future. All buildings need roofs, and at the moment, I don't really see any technological advances that would make it otherwise. And so I believe that this is an important issue to consider, not only now, but in the future. But again, it is the small details that matter, and cool roofing systems are one of these small details. Thank you guys for watching.